Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and we're trying a new video format for our review this week of the 2022 Chevrolet Silverado High Country. We're going to do a little bit of a kind of more candid living with experience. So we have not seen the truck yet. It is sitting outside. I have the key right here. That's
It's nice that Chevy stopped having the fob and key separate with their trucks.
Yeah, they did do that for a really long time.
But now it's just a single fob.
I don't actually recognize this key. We don't drive a lot of Chevys,
No.
but it seems like a slightly new design. A little bit of ASMR there. Yeah. Does that have a remote start at least?
Yes, it does.
It does. All right, let's go check this thing out. A little exit from DMHQ. You can see our Mazda CX-50 over there. And here it is.
Okay then.
Quite... Did you say this was a blue?
It's blue, yeah. What did they call it?
I got the window sticker right here. Let's bring it up. This is
Something
dark ash metallic. This isn't blue.
This is not. No, well, it said something different on the website.
Really?
Yeah.
It says dark ash metallic. I think this is black. Or a very, very
No,
dark
it's blue.
gray. Is it?
It's blue.
Tough to tell. Let us know in the comments if you think this is blue.
It's a 6.2 liter.
It is a 6.2. It's a good engine.
A little bit of bronze in here in the grill.
That looks nice.
Interesting.
High country.
Chrome toe hooks.
That seems counterintuitive. It's for people who aren't actually going to use their toes.
Just for decoration.
Yeah. What is... I thought the Silverado's, the headlight goes all the way down here. Is it different for the high country?
It might be. I kind of like this design better.
I think it looks like a base truck.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice. It looks like a base model.
I also don't like wheels that I have to take off a cap to get to my lug nuts.
Yeah.
Peggy's like that. That's
Really?
an annoyance of mine. Very, very high.
Mountain?
Yes,
So
two really.
I always thought that the high country was equivalent to a King Ranch
Oh,
F-150, but it's more equivalent to what, a Platinum or a Limited?
yep,
Okay.
yep, exactly.
Let's open it up. Power folding mirrors.
You have to have that for your full-size truck.
Basically a Mercedes-Benz.
Oh,
Oh, and power running boards. Blue interior.
that is blue, you're right.
That is blue, which makes me think the outside's blue as well.
I'd like to point something out. Close the door again and lock it.
Okay.
I want the step to go away. That's so much quieter than the Ford step.
Yeah, the Ford goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quieter and it doesn't fold down, so when you step on it, you don't feel like you're about to crush it if you step too quickly.
Folds out instead of down.
Yeah, that's
See
interesting.
the angle of the
Mhm.
little bracket thing.
Seems pretty solid. Oh, they gave us a nice window sticker right here.
It's a nice interior.
This is a nice interior.
Here's in my mouth.
I'll let you hop in front. Oh, we have the multi-pro tailgate as well, although I don't know if Chevy calls it that. Of course, Chevy and GMC need to brand their things differently.
It smells like fruit.
It smells very much like fruit. I want fruit snacks now.
Yeah, and the mats are a little slick.
They're very slick. Ooh, the new interior though.
Wow.
Why is it so limited in space
Just like
under
an
there?
F-150.
You know,
That's-
Chevy did it first though.
Did they?
Yeah.
This is about,
Chevy's had it for a long
This is
time.
about the amount of space you get in the F-150.
So this is a high country, four-wheel drive, obviously. It's an Ecotec motor.
Interior jet black.
Jet black and night shift. That's
blue.
where you saw night
That's
shift
where
blue.
I saw the blue.
It's the interior
Stand
color.
corrected.
Yep. Okay. What do they call that tailgate? I want to see power directional side steps. Oh, multi-flex. Now in the GMC it's called multi-pro. Chevy it's called multi-flex.
Ah,
Big distinction.
I see.
That's for when you run out of gas.
Is it?
Yeah, it's for the capless fillers. You should know that, being around Fords for so long.
I've never run out of gas.
This seems
I'm
small
responsible.
compared to full-size trucks. Also,
That
this
is
takes
actually
up
quite
the
small.
entire space. Okay, nice spot for a wireless device charger though. Does your phone fit? Looks like it would.
Let's find out.
This is a 12 Max.
iPhone 12 Max.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Start the truck up and see if it starts charging.
Hush, we
Copyright.
don't want to get demonetized.
Yes.
All right,
it's
you are charging. That's good.
Let's
Look.
leave it there to see if it stays though.
Physical buttons for fans. Some cooled seats that are loud.
And you can heat only your back if you don't want your butt.
Yeah, that's always been a GM thing. I've never understood the
Why would
appeal
you
of
not
that.
also want your butt heated?
I guess maybe if your butt's sweaty but your back's cold.
Does that happen to people?
I don't know. Apparently it happens to Chevy owners.
Right then.
Or at least Chevy
Something
designers.
that
What
we
is this?
don't know about.
Oh, all the windows at once.
Very cool. What
But
about
not
the rear.
Not the rear.
How do you do that one?
Can't put them all up at once.
It only goes one direction.
It's like the band. The rear window, I would hope, would be... There we go.
That goes quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I love the blue seats in here with the brown detailing too for the high country badges.
Yeah,
and you've
it
got
isn't-
brown under the perforation
I do like that.
and tan stitching, brown stitching.
You have the camera mirror. That's a good thing to
Ton
have.
of wood. Oh, and black headliner.
Yes, you like that.
I do like black headliners.
No pano roof, which I'm okay with.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This infotainment screen is nice. I hope they've kept the responsiveness though, because Chevy's always had great screen response time. Does look a little bit laggier, but not awful on first impressions. And Google Maps built in.
Yeah.
That is nice.
So that was a main new thing, and also Cody was telling me that on the home screen, one of the new cool things is you have immediate access to your cameras. It's a one-touch to the cameras. It's right on the home screen.
Yeah, look at
So
that. 360 cam, a lot of different camera angles, and we can go. Those looks like it's got Google Assistant, which is nice, so you can say things like, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
There's American Grill 0.9 miles away. Want to navigate there?
No, but thank you. A little bit of delay to the actual speaking
Okay.
aspect.
What about French Quarter 0.8 miles away?
French Quarter is good, isn't it?
No, I'm not hungry anymore.
All right. There's New Ways Fish. And
You're gonna eat.
3 miles away.
I haven't had French Quarter yet. Is it good?
I thought you told me it was good.
No, I've never been. You must be thinking of someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that is quite nice. That'll be fun to play around with some more during the sound test. We have our head-up display, very
Seatbelt
Chevy.
works.
It's good. You want to throw that
Yeah.
in there? Nice, straightforward, rubberized center console storage there. A lot of storage
It's
bits.
got teen driver mode.
Oh, good. That'll be good for us. Also, Super Cruise. So I'll be curious to try.
We're rated at 15 city, 20 highway, 17 combined.
I wish we had a column shifter, but you know what we do have? Power adjustable steering column.
Very good. Why are trucks getting away from column shifters? What was the problem with column shifters?
I don't think Americans like column shifters.
I like column shifters.
I do too.
And I am American.
Right.
We're both American.
I don't know what the issue is then. It's been a long time since I've driven one of these 6.2 liters. If I remember correctly, with the new models, it doesn't sound quite as good.
Ah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense. Does this have the cylinder deactivation?
Yes. Ooh, Stady. They
Yeah,
must be
yeah.
looking for a perp in
Definitely
there
looking
again.
for someone. Why do people always come and hide in here?
I think they hide. I think they're in there in
Probably hide in
those
the woods, and we have easy access to the woods.
Right.
If you're a perp and you're watching this video, don't come and hide here. We don't like because the cops literally, and there's a dog. It's just so many things happening right now. That is a very cute dog.
I was gonna say it looks ferocious.
No, it's just a German Shepherd. And
Should we
another
go
state cop and another sheriff.
Should we go film like right behind their cars in
They
that
just
in that
like
lot
act
there?
like super sus.
This journey's definitely doing something illegal. Oh yeah, you're taking forever. Okay.
The cop is like, get out of my way. If you're a perp, don't come hide over here. Don't do it.
Oh, they're going down that way now.
Interesting.
Well, that means that our test route will be clear of Federales.
Clear of the 5.0.
Yeah,
So we
so-
can test the 6.2. Wow.
That does sound good.
Sometimes I miss a proper V8.
I do too.
In a 1500 size truck.
Yeah. Yeah, because you being a Ford guy, you're living with EcoBoosts most
Yeah,
of your
you
life
can
now.
still have the 5-liter, but
They're hard to get your hands
yeah,
on.
no one really has those anymore.
Also a volume knob. Although feel how slushy that feels. Very grippy.
Okay, a little
It
bit.
doesn't turn very here. The steering's a very nice weight.
Whatever chemical they used on these floor mats, my feet are just like sliding around.
I know. The gauge cluster is kind of cool too. The font looks much more mature than the Ford font. I don't like on the F-150s. It's a big cartoonish looking.
You're very
Font.
You're very peculiar on fonts.
Yeah, Kias too. I don't like those.
Yeah, you don't like the Kia font.
Well, it really bothered me with the F-150 because you're in this like tough truck and everything, and then it's got like these big cartoonish gauges that I don't know, I just don't like it.
Let's do visor test real quick. Ooh. Okay.
Seems like a nice metal slide.
Where's my light? Oh, it just slowly comes on.
That's classy, you know.
Okay, then.
This is a pretty comfortable driving position too. The gauge is very much in my view, and although the steering is out of alignment.
No, that happens. I feel like a lot of press cars have bad alignments.
Why are there paddle shifters?
Sometimes you need paddle shifters.
No, you don't. Not in a truck. Unless it's got SS on the side.
Did you see how I'm going to advocate for these paddle shifters for a second, because we were just driving, actually this that's coming up the road, or Expedition, and its manual shifts were buttons by the dial shifter. You
Really?
can manually shift it with buttons.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Do we have drive modes? Let me see. Drive mode sport. Yep.
Sport, okay.
The paddle shifters don't actually work. Maybe you have to be an L for them to work. Yes, you do have to be an L.
They're probably for off-roading purposes.
Yeah, holding gear and stuff, and towing.
That's
and
how the ZR2 was.
Amos is gonna get the ZR2.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I told Chevy we'd rather have this one, and Amos can have
I
the
like
ZR2.
this one better.
Yeah.
And plus I've driven the ZR2, so.
Right. Button for park. So you have this giant phallic shifter here.
What's
yet,
phallic about that?
just the fact that it has to stick up and you have to grab it with your hand.
Okay.
But all it functions is to go back and forth. For park, there's a button. I don't know. It just doesn't.
It's a pretty big shifter. However, it's better
than
the F-150 shifter.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to up to.
Yeah.
Shall we switch? Let's check out the back seat real quick. Big old Bose speaker grill. Slippery floor mats. Seats that come up. I like how there's no pull handle to get the seats to come up. Like in my Maverick, you have to like reach and pull.
So the F-150, you can put them up without pulling, but then you have to pull tab to put them down. Also,
these are nice.
these are good for
Straps and gloves.
yes.
Were you
Yes.
gonna say drugs?
No.
Heated seats back here, although I'm pretty sure, yes, they don't work because of the chip shortage. So you still have the buttons.
Oh, but they just don't work.
They just don't, they do nothing.
They don't do anything.
Boy, that is a tease if I've ever seen one.
I can't believe they
Didn't just flip in some fake
put
buttons?
like 2 button covers there that don't do anything.
Or like
that
a
is
button here that
fine.
says like screw and then a button here that says you.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yeah. Go F yourself.
Good bed length. Ah, a place for us to eat our McDonald's.
We can work on our laptop.
Oh, that's right. That's what
what
people
this
do
is
this for.
for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Silly me. Just like the F-150 with its flip down thing is for laptops.
Exactly.
Not
And then
McDonald's.
This can come up if you're hauling something long.
I actually did see someone use that once on the highway. They were like, they had plywood or something out to here and it was using the whole length. So that's cool.
Reminds you that it's a high country back here also.
Right, lest you forget. And you have your step right here, which is good. All the steps.
We'll probably use today.
Yeah, you actually
Use
probably
those
will.
for trucks today.
Yeah, make sure to get some video. Have someone film you actually carrying something up there. Neat.
We got an outlet back here.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a wall outlet. Ooh, that shuts aggressively.
Oh, and then here.
Oh, that's for if you're old. Yeah. Just gotta shut this in 3 pieces and that's it.
Cool. 22-inch wheels, which is a little much. I like this handle being right there. I am hungry again.
I am also starving. I've only had trail mix today.
Yeah, I've only had some.
I need to be a big American man and
Off-brand.
go get a cheeseburger while I'm driving the Silverado.
Yes. I also like the wide mirrors that aren't very tall. They understand that it's not height you need with mirrors, it's width.
Pretty
About the girth.
quick steering rack.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
And a decent steering weight.
Yeah, it's lighter than the CX-50.
Everything's lighter than the CX-50. That semi-truck would have lighter steering than the CX-50.
Probably.
You may still be in sport mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say the throttle response feels a little
Yes, you
jerky.
are. Okay.
Charlie, I have no idea where the driving selector is.
Over to the left, don't you know?
Oh, I see. That's off-road mode. That's normal mode. Okay.
I like that there's only 3 and not 10.
3 is not. 3 is a good amount of
Yeah, because off-road, sport, normal. I could
That's all
see
you
the
need.
legitimate reasons for those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cozy. It feels more premium than an F-150.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is it just because we're in the high country, or because like I don't think an F-150 Platinum feels as premium as this?
I think more the word that speaks to me is solid.
Solid. You know what? I agree.
Yeah, because the F-150 Limited and Platinum, I think, has a cooler interior. It's more like showy and like,
Oh, yeah,
ooh, wow,
totally.
look at all these things and features. And like the Limited has the VIN stamped right here and says
yeah.
Limited and all this stuff. But this feels like just a better, more coherent, less presumptuous package.
Presumptuous.
You can take these guys on the left. You got it. You get the 6.2 liter. You're king of the road.
King of the high country.
Watch out for the 15 cops that are going to be over here.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on. Maybe they're just trying to find a Mercury XR4 Ti.
Well, they're in the right place.
They haven't gone far enough into the complex.
That'd be some very poor investigative work. Like, oh, well, we've driven through 3 of the 4 bays and they're nowhere to be seen. I guess we should turn around. Is your phone still charging? It is.
Yes, it is.
Now, will the Mini charge? Because the Mini sometimes is too light.
And you've activated Siri on mine.
Ah, I apologize. Yes,
I like having
I'm
a spot
charging
up
as well.
there to put your phone to.
Mm-hmm.
You notice GM turn signals sound different?
It's like a horse clump. It's not evenly spaced. Do 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 do. Sounds like it's a country song, really, is what it is. It's trying to be like a blues country song beat.
Nice linear power.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of torque, low down.
Trailer brake controller's in a nice spot.
Yeah, the alignment is definitely off.
How many miles are on this?
I don't know. The turn signal is like kind of crunchy feeling.
They hide the odometer from you, apparently. Oh no, there it is. 3113.
3,000.
You can swipe through this as well. Fleetwood Mac. Very good. All right, well, Chris is going to do some truck stuff this
Bing
week.
bong. Yep.
And I think we're going to do a fuel economy test and, of course, sound system test on the new system. All of you were asking for that. Upon first impression, not bad and much cheaper than some of the other high, like top trim trucks, 72, 73,000 or whatever. Still expensive, but all things considered, could do worse.
Today we are doing some moving, so what better time to test out the Silverado's multi-flex tailgate to see how maybe that makes this whole process a little bit easier. The main intention of the multi-flex is the total split design here. Both of these sections fold separately. If I can get it to cooperate with me. As you can see here, folds down. And then this folds out into a step. And that is the whole purpose of this design. So you can step up here like so. And it makes things easier to load in and out of the truck. Pretty neat design here. And you are reminded you're driving a high country because it's engraved into the bed liner. It sticks out. Kind of neat. Oh, we can get a little closer.
You might need to walk up in there. I'm gonna walk up in here.
Here's a convenience thing. I've got these big boxes in the back of this truck, which traditionally just blocks your rear window. However, this is also a camera, so while I can kind of still see the boxes, it's much more convenient and I can see behind me. So, good mark by GM for putting a camera on this Silverado.
Sometimes I get compliments on vehicles when we have something like a McLaren or a super fancy Mercedes or something in the house, but I've actually gotten compliments from neighbors on this truck out of all things. So I guess even though I'm not the biggest fan of the looks, I guess it's pretty popular with the with the local crowd. And I admit it is sharp. I guess Chevy's doing something right. Just got into the Silverado for the first time this morning, and I wanted to show you guys the startup screen. It's pretty cool. So you unlock it, get in, and then you get this big old animation. It's coming up on both screens, all these trees, water, and then high country, Chevy. It's kind of cheesy, but it is kind of neat too. Let's start it up the first time. I love that 6.2. We are out driving the 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 High Country with Super Cruise. This is the first time I've used Super Cruise extensively on the highway, and I want to do a little video showing you all how impressive it really is. I've spent time with all the different brands, semi-autonomous driving features, and upon my short impression, this is the most impressive. It really is. Now, it is limited to highways that it knows, but fortunately that's millions of miles, maybe not millions, but tens of thousands of miles within the US of interstates, so should be no issue using it there. But look at how well this works. Should I want to change lanes over to the right, tap on the signal there, it's going to auto lane change, make its way. It's even doing it on a corner, and it's going to straighten right up there. And then I want you to see how when we come up on slower traffic, it's going to automatically change lanes to the left for me. I don't have to do anything. Now, yes, Tesla's self-driving beta has done this for a while, but this seems to be more confident. So just vibrated my seat on the left, telling me it's going to lane change to the left. Look at that. I actually don't 100% know why it did that, considering that car is not going any slower. Maybe it's because of the car in front of it. It's sort of getting ready, but in theory it should have stayed in that right lane, so that's kind of interesting. But either way, check this out. I mean, I'm not putting my hands on the wheel. It's monitoring my eye motion to make sure that I'm paying attention, but I could drive hundreds of miles like this. I know a lot of people have, just cruising along and letting it do its thing. I'm really quite impressed. All right, everyone, we are wrapping up our week here with the 2022 refreshed Chevy Silverado. I wonder if they're going to call it like a 22.5 like some manufacturers like to do.
Maybe.
Yeah. Either way.
I was just going to say, I feel like we're both allergic right now also.
Yeah.
Are you allergic?
I don't know. It's just like
That's why we sound nasally right now.
Yeah, nasally sort of sound. I've been fighting it for a while. I think COVID is just ravaging the world, and we're just never going to be the same because of it. But heaven forbid we wear masks, or else no one watches our videos.
I know.
Big downvote. So we're gonna head out for another few minutes here and kind of wrap up our thoughts with the truck. It's been a good truck. We both liked it quite a bit.
I really liked my couple days with this thing. I had minimal complaints, other than that the wheels are hideous, but...
The wheels are hideous and they're too big.
Yeah, and they're too big.
Yeah, you feel more bumps than you need to because these are stupid 22-inch wheels.
Yeah.
But interestingly, I've gotten a lot of compliments on this truck.
Really?
Like, even a neighbor texted me and was like, that's a sharp-looking truck. And
okay.
She's someone who you typically wouldn't really care about vehicles. She was like, this is a nice truck. So,
well, people like trucks, though.
People do
Even
like trucks.
Like non-car people really seem to like trucks, you know?
Yeah.
So.
No, it's been functional. It's been nice. I think after driving it for a little while, though, what I have kind of noticed is it's lacking a bit of the specialness that a F-150 Limited has.
I have a theory on why you think that.
Okay.
I think that the Ford engineers on the F-150 and the Expedition simulate bigness because they space the interior out more. The steering wheel itself is bigger, and it's more of a, you have to do more turns to like get somewhere.
Sure.
I think that all of those elements combined, I may sound stupid.
It's subtle. Yeah,
I feel like they like simulate bigness. Like they want it to feel bigger. And then this truck, the steering wheel's a little bit smaller, the interior's a little bit tighter. Not necessarily tighter, but it's like
it's
more condensed.
Yeah, it's not as expansive.
Yeah,
inside.
And it feels more normal in here than it does in an F-150.
Yeah.
But also it feels higher quality, in my opinion.
I do agree. Everything just feels tighter and more put together and just like a more comprehensive product. Shut the door. Very solid. The truck is a really good example of so you get what you need, and a little bit less of like that wow factor, but more of like, oh wow, everything just works really well, and it's really solid and well done.
Yeah. I was at the Ford dealer the other day, and I was filming for the dealership on a new Lightning Platinum, and we took the Lightning around the block, and I was driving this the day that I went there, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like this Lightning feels like a tin can compared to this Silverado.
They did such a good job with the quality in this.
And you've got like, there's like no interior rattles in here.
None.
It's insane. And yeah, you get in an F-150 and everything rattles.
Yep.
And it's just really, really like, really eye-opening to see.
Well, not only that, but not once has this 10-speed been weird or anything. It's always just exactly what it should be doing.
I don't get it. I don't get like how they can still not have the 10-speed down.
Right.
I just edited my Expedition review yesterday, and I was listening to myself complain about that 10-speed, and then I was like, GM, it's the same.
They co-developed
it. Same transmission.
It's not the same, but they did co-develop it. Like it was the same at one point.
Okay.
And then the calibrations are totally different. But yeah, it is amazing how. I mean, Chevy had it right literally from the beginning.
Yeah.
There was never a bad generation of this GM 10-speed.
Yeah.
But Ford hasn't gotten it right since the beginning.
The closest they've gotten is in the Bronco. It's pretty decently tuned.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
true.
a little squawk.
And this 6.2 is excellent.
I was just going to say, so what's your opinion on the 6.2 after living with it?
It's great. It really is probably the best full-size truck motor you can get. I mean, you can argue the merits of the diesel, but realistically, you need to be towing regularly to make the diesel worth it. Because if not, you're just paying extra money to put diesel exhaust fluid in there. You're dealing with kind of the clatter and the sound of the diesel motor.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just good.
It's a pretty smooth V8.
Yeah, and I don't know when this fuel economy was reset. Maybe it was
probably me.
Maybe it was after. Maybe it actually redoes it after each tank. I'm not sure, but 17.6 right now, and what I've been doing is mostly mixed driving.
Right.
That's pretty darn good for a truck of this size, and me just kind of driving it without care, like not flooring it, but also not like babying it.
Did you do any towing this week?
No, I didn't, because Keone forgot his keys to everything, so we didn't end up doing any towing. But yeah, literally the garage, his car that we were gonna get, yeah, nothing. But I am sure if I were to tow, it would do great, and all the cameras really come into play with that, and that's something that is kind of that you get what you need sort of deal. I mean, all the cameras are super effective. It's gonna time out after 10 seconds because we're moving.
Yeah, but it's super high frame rate.
Yes, it is. The infotainment works well. The technology works well.
Okay, that's another thing. This is not a crazy looking infotainment. It doesn't look like anything special, but it works so well.
So well.
And I got into the Lightning, and it's like you touch something, and then like 5 seconds later it reacts. And it's just, it lags so bad.
We did a dedicated review of this infotainment system, so I'll throw the link to that in the description. But there is a little bit more lag in this than in previous GM systems, but it's really not a huge deal. I mean, it's still very responsive, very even keeled.
Yeah, we need to we need to make an infotainment tier list.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Because
actually, I think that'll do really well.
I was talking to a couple of my friends last week, and they were like, "Well, every infotainment sucks because if you were to compare, your smartphone to any infotainment, they all suck." And I was like, "Okay, but like, some of them are not so bad. Like, you have Ford and Volkswagen that are just like poop tier, but the rest of them I don't think are that bad. Like the BMW infotainment is really, really good.
Yeah,
and I would say the BMW infotainment reacts as fast as a smartphone.
I'd say so.
Damn near, if not. Did you forget that you're not driving a Ram right now? You're driving very characteristic
very
Dodge
aggro.
Ram.
No, because I'm doing it without a bunch of other pedestrians around and into roundabouts.
And you're not an inch from someone's bumper.
Yeah, exactly. I will say, as I kind of said at the beginning of filming this part, it doesn't feel quite as special. You don't really feel like you're in this kind of top tier. Both the Ram Limited and the top level, both like the Platinum, the Limited, and even a little bit kind of the like King Ranch versions of the Fords kind of have more of a wow factor, that the materials are brighter and kind of cooler and flashier.
Bigness.
And there's the bigness aspect, and it's just like you got the VIN stamped on there in the Ford Limiteds, and it just feels a little more special. I think that's Chevy's next job, is to kind of continue to build up the specialness of their top tier.
Yeah.
But I would happily own one of these in just like a well-equipped LTZ trim.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like 18-inch wheels, if that's even possible anymore, and most of the tech, but yeah, everything.
I would want Super Cruise. Super Cruise is so
Yeah,
cool.
let's talk about Super Cruise. It's so good. You literally just get on the highway
And sit there.
and just go. It's effortless. I mean, you really just let it go, and it goes to the left and then back to the right. And I
vibrates your butt when it's about to.
Yeah, on the proper side.
Yep.
I would legitimately seek out a GM vehicle just to get Super Cruise, and that's not something I'd say about a lot of other semi-autonomous. It's more like it would be cool to have, but not a big deal.
That's this is the best one I've ever experienced.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's only like $2,200 on this truck to get
Really?
there. Yeah. Which maybe they like bring down the price of Super Cruise a little bit because the price of the truck itself is so high.
It's probably more on like a Bolt.
Yeah,
or, something cheaper.
But I'd still happily pay that $2,200 on a truck like this.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't get on a Bolt because like you can't really fast charge a Bolt, so there's not much point in being on the highway in the first place.
That's true.
But something like this, Super Cruise apparently even works while you're towing.
Really?
There's a special like towing mode for Super Cruise, and it'll still work.
You wouldn't even have to learn how to tow. Just
Right.
let the car do it for you.
So you could go like from here to California to pick up a car or something, and just let the
car
truck
just drive for you.
Yeah, it's really cool. Also, I had some friends and relatives check this truck out, and one of them is a current Silverado owner. He really liked the configurability of the digital gauge cluster.
Yeah, there's like 4 different modes, right?
Yeah, you can make it look different a few different ways, and you can customize all the information inside there. You know what else I like about all of it? You can do all those customizations while you're moving. It's not like Volkswagen or something that locks you out of just the setting screen. And that kind of wraps into sort of what you were saying about this truck pretty early on. There's been nothing that's aggravated you.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been anything in here. Like, the shifter's very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
All of the controls, nothing in here feels cheap to where you're like, shit's creaking when you're touching it, you know?
I will admit that if this shifter were not here, you could have even more space, like if it were a dial or a column or something like that.
You know, I don't mind. I like column shifters.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just...
I don't know, market research or something.
It wouldn't have to be like a car. It could just be like a Mercedes-style column.
Mm-hmm.
You know, either way.
Yep.
So...
And I do
plenty
like
of room up there.
I do like how on the Ram trucks, and I can't remember about the Fords, you can tell me, but in the Ram trucks, this is a huge, deep center well. You get a lot of storage right here, whereas this is actually kind of lacking in deep storage.
I don't think the Fords have anything
shallow.
right there when it's... When
I don't think it does either.
But when you have the shifter, you get a table. Because the shifter folds.
For your laptop.
For your laptop. Definitely not
for
McDonald's
cheeseburgers.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, notice how they use zero piano black here. There's piano black here and there,
good thing.
but they knew that it would scratch if it were down here, so they didn't include it. Very smart.
Why do American car companies, in their lineups, they have cars that are really, really great, and then they also have cars that just like
are awful.
Annoy you because they're so terrible?
Yeah, GM is the best example of that.
Yes.
GM will make an amazing product. Corvette, this truck, the Camaro for the most part and everything, and then they'll just poop out something absolute. And I think it's an allocation of resources. I really do.
Yeah.
I think they're like, every company only has so much, 100% of everything to offer.
Yeah.
They just allocate more, whereas Toyota would never poop something out, so they have to take a little bit away from the Tundra team and put it toward the CHR team.
Right.
Yeah. I am happy to report that with this facelift and mostly the interior refresh, anyone who wants a top-level GM truck now can be proud of it, because before you had to make the excuse of, well, I'm okay with the horrible interior compared to the other trucks. And I'm not even a huge stickler on interiors. It's just the fact that if you bought one of the pre-facelift ones, you were just leaving so much on the table compared to the other manufacturers. Now you're not.
Yeah.
I think I would rather have this than the Toyota. I'd rather have this than the Ford. And I would have to spend time back to back with this or the Ram, and I think this would be more reliable.
I wouldn't get the Ram simply for the Ram persona.
You don't want to be a Ram driver.
Yeah. So I would have this.
Yeah. You'd have to start listening to country music.
That's fine.
But it's better than rap music in the Ram. Yeah.
And this wouldn't get stolen.
You're right, it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. Let us know what you think about these different sort of reviews. If you enjoy kind of seeing a little bit more of the time with the vehicle rather than an explicit drive review. Let us know if there's anything else you'd kind of like to see. Fun fact, something that my Silverado driving family owner mentioned, it doesn't say 4x4 anywhere on the truck.
Oh yeah.
he was like, is this four-wheel drive? And I'm like, yeah.
I mean, they don't really need to advertise it, do they?
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
So
You got enough mountain badges and chrome.
yes, the mountains imply that, and the 22-inch wheels certainly imply that you could be off-roading with
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
This truck is so pretty, I didn't even bother to take it out on the off-road section in the winding road drive because I'm like,
Wow.
why would I?
Yeah.
You know. Also, I see a huge front air dam under there that would probably get ripped off.
Yeah. And the Topher no longer has a recovery vehicle for you,
That's true. So if I get stuck,
so you need to think about that now.
yep, the BRZ can't exactly pull me out. And we'll see you on the next one. We're Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.